Have you ever caught a woman looking at you and couldn't help but wonder, what is running through her mind? Does she find me interesting? Or did I just forget to check my teeth after lunch? Let's be real. Trying to decode a woman's thoughts from just a look can feel like you're trying to crack a secret code without the cipher. Hey there, I'm Daisy Hall, and this is the Attraction Corner. Whether you're tuning in for the first time or you're one of our awesome regulars, I am thrilled that you're here. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button and ring the bell to keep up to date with all the good stuff we have in store for you. And don't be shy. Drop your questions and thoughts in the comments, and I'll get back to as many of you as I can. I love hearing from you guys. So, back to the big question. How can you tell if she's into you? Is it something in the way she looks at you, a secret smile, or maybe something else entirely? Honestly, this can be one of the most difficult things to suss out. You've probably heard the advice that playing hard to get is the way to win hearts. And so has she. Women tend to keep their feelings to themselves to avoid rejection, hoping that you'll make the first move. So you get stuck playing the guessing game. That's why I'm here to share some insider tips on picking up the less obvious signs of interest. So don't wait for her to come to you. There are subtle signs that can reveal her true feelings towards you so that you can feel secure making the first move. These are the little things that might not immediately catch your eye, but once you know what to look for, it becomes really obvious. Number 1, she tilts her head. This is one you can feel in action, according to researchers at the University of Kansas. The team employed what is known as a facial action coding system to establish the most recognizable flirtatious facial expressions. The technology essentially uses codes to describe facial movements. They wanted to determine the most recognizable signs of flirting for both women flirting and the men that they're flirting with. They found that the most prominent flirting cues were a head turned to the side, tilted down somewhat, as well as a slight smile, and eyes turned towards the target. So, not only are these signs of flirting, they're the ones that men can recognize instinctively. The research came to the conclusion that selected women's facial expressions, including, as I said, head tilt, were almost universally seen as flirting by men. So, if she's talking to you and she tilts her head to the side, she's either trying to figure out the answer to a math question or she's into you. Number 2. Prolonged eye contact. Ever notice how a conversation sometimes just clicks when you're looking into the right person's eyes? That is the magic of prolonged eye contact. It's like an unspoken conversation, a silent exchange that screams, "Hey, I'm into you." When someone holds your gaze just a little bit longer than usual, it's not just because they find the color of your eyes fascinating, though that could be part of it, but it's one of those clear-cut signs that they're interested in you. The thing about eye contact, and most of the other signs on this list, is that it works on 2 levels. Either she's doing it on purpose, trying to signal to you that she's interested in you so you can reciprocate, or she's doing it unintentionally because she can't help herself, because she's that into you. Really, either one here is a good sign, but it just may change how you might want to approach her, because someone who's giving off these signals subconsciously could not be looking to date, or could even be in a relationship. This can feel wrong, but it's happening at such a deep level that they just don't know that they're doing it. Just something to be aware of moving forward. But this is the first of many green lights to look for. So, next time you're chatting with a woman and you notice she's really looking at you, not just at you, but into you, take it as a good sign. She's probably more interested in you than what you have to say. And if you're feeling the same way, don't shy away from returning the gaze. Just remember, there's a fine line between I'm really into you and I'm trying to memorize your face so that I can draw a mural of you for the shrine in my closet. You're going for comfortable, not creepy. Number 3, mirroring movements. Subconsciously copying your gestures and postures. Have you ever caught yourself copying the actions of someone you're chatting with? Like, when they lean on the table, you find yourself doing the same thing without even thinking about it? That, my friends, is what we call mirroring movements. And it's a fascinating dance of nonverbal cues that says, hey, I'm really vibing with you. It's something we do with people we feel connected to. In my opinion, this starts with our parents when we're just small children. We feel a powerful connection to our parents for obvious reasons, and we want to be just like them. This is how we learn to talk, walk, and do basically everything. This continues as we grow up, and it's how we figure out how to exist in the world with other people. But we don't do it with just anyone. We're looking for people who we feel a genuine connection with. But the mirroring we do in adulthood with a potential partner isn't just about playing copycat. It's about the rhythm 2 people find when they're genuinely connecting. It happens subconsciously. You might tilt your head as they do it too. It's like your bodies are in sync, reflecting a level of comfort and interest that goes beyond words. And, beyond that, when she mirrors your actions, it's a sign that she's paying attention. She cares about what you're saying, and she's engaged in the conversation. It's a compliment, really. But here's the kicker. Most of the time, we don't even realize we're doing it. That's the beauty of human connection. We're wired to seek out and reinforce bonds with others. And mirroring is one of those cool, automatic ways that our bodies help us do just that. Next time you're hanging out with a girl, take a casual notice of how often your movements and postures mirror each other's. It's not just a fun party trick to spot, it's a genuine indicator that there's a connection brewing. And if you're into her, letting your body naturally reflect her gestures can be a subtle way to show it. Number 4, dilated pupils. When someone's into you, their body gives off some pretty clear signals, and one of the most telling might just be what's happening in their eyes. Ever notice how people's pupils get bigger when they're excited? This is a physiological sign of attraction. This one doesn't fit the pattern of the others on the list because it's not something that people can fake or do deliberately. Pupils dilate for a lot of reasons, but one of the most interesting is emotional response. When we see someone we're attracted to, our brains get a little rush of dopamine. That's the feel-good chemical. It's like nature's way of saying, yeah, I like this. And as a side effect, our pupils get larger. It's our body's natural reaction to seeing something, or someone, appealing. So, if you're chatting with a girl and you notice her pupils growing in size, there's a good chance they're feeling a positive vibe towards you. It's a subtle cue, but if you're paying attention, then it's there. However, keep in mind that the lighting around you can also affect pupil size. Dimming lights makes pupils grow, so don't jump to the conclusion if you're in a cozy, low-lit place. Number 5, open body language. Unconsciously signaling comfort and receptivity. Open body language is like a book, inviting you to read its pages, a clear sign a woman is welcoming you into her space, both literally and metaphorically. When a woman is into you, her stance will give it away. Arms uncrossed, palms visible, and maybe even a slight lean towards you. It's her nonverbal way of saying, I'm open to this connection. This openness is about more than just not crossing arms. It's in the relaxed posture, in the way she turns her body to face you fully, not just with her head, but with her whole body. It shows that she's not just listening, she's engaging with everything she's got. It's a stance of comfort, interest, and readiness for whatever the conversation might bring. So take notice. Are her feet pointing towards you? That's a classic sign of interest, as we tend to point our feet towards what we want. And if she's leaning in a bit when you talk, that's saying like, I value what you're saying, and I'm here for all of it. It's about making that emotional space feel physically closer. And if you're on a date or in an intimate moment, this can even mean kiss me. In contrast, closed body language, crossed arms, turned away shoulders, can signal disinterest or discomfort. If she's displaying these signs, then you can bet that she feels uncomfortable in the situation. But when her vibe is open, it's a powerful signal that she's feeling good about where things are going. Spotting open body language can give you a green light, a silent cue that it's okay to share a bit more and be a bit more open yourself. Remember, body language speaks volumes. An open stance isn't just a physical position. It's an emotional statement. It tells you, I'm here, and I'm open to this moment with you. Number 6, frequent touching. Light, casual touches are a sign of comfort and interest. When a woman is into you, she often looks for small ways to close the physical gap between you, and touch is going to be her main strategy. It could be a gentle tap on your arm as she laughs at your joke, or a quick touch on your back as she guides you through a door, or brushing hands with you as you walk side by side. These small moments of contact are subtle signals of her affection and interest. This is about creating a connection, signaling comfort, and a desire to be closer. When she reaches out to touch your arm during a conversation, it's a way of emphasizing her points, yeah, but it's also a sign that she feels comfortable with you. So again, whether intentional or not, it is a great sign. But as with all signs, context matters. The setting, your existing relationship, and how the touches are received all play into interpreting these signals correctly. So, if you've known each other for a long time, it could be more like she sees you as a brother. Or, if you met playing contact sports, then she might be more touchy with you than normal, and it might not mean anything. But usually, it is a good sign that she's interested. Most women don't make a habit of touching men they don't feel a connection to. Try and touch her the same way she does, and see what happens. Number 7. She laughs at your jokes. If a woman is interested in you, she's going to be more receptive to everything you have to say. She'll find your anecdotes extra interesting. She'll want to know your opinions. And she'll laugh at your jokes. This one can be hard to spot for those of us who think we're genuinely hilarious. But just take a step back. Does she always laugh at even your lamest jokes? Then she's doing it for a reason. Bonus points if she uses laughing as an excuse to touch your arm and get closer to you. And that brings us to the end of the video. These are the physiological signs that a woman is interested in you. Remember, some of these are intentional and some are completely subconscious, but either way, they're a great sign for you. In the subtle language of attraction, sometimes the smallest movements speak the loudest. Thanks so much for watching, liking, and subscribing, and I'll see you next time.